Well, they say to enjoy the journey, that is not the goal. I'm still here seeing that I really love to have a goal that's world peace. I had dreams of being outside of myself. That thanks God somebody has a strong sense of being, yeah, like representing a character and taking all the energy towards itself. So, well, some people are operating on a just looking at the wall and being like a ghost. And suddenly remember the dream. Hey, what about you? Like, uh, you have to get your kids. You're totally disconnected from your own reality. There's much distortion in between where your primal needs and the one of your children are not being met. The word of the week is reflection. So, how is your reflection? And so, March is a week that had 5 weeks. So it's not just in the environment; it's also in the transition, the connection to reflect. This is a scenario that has a connection at the same time and is reflecting. So it was very nice, a very important movement when somebody resigns office. Joe Kent was in the channel of Sean Ryan show. I watch him many times, and I know how some operations make you to end up married. Sometimes it's just too much information, but still, we have to keep a lot of information private. It proves you are loyal to the government, but still you have resigned. So this is a work that is a new system. So we're operating in another level. Um, yes, I don't like anyone telling me what to do, and at the same time, I love to be inspired because I'm a role player. I'm here as a role player, and just want my deal to be done as soon as possible. We do have differences as we reflect, and we can see that Well, some people are so absorbed and selfish. It is good to reflect, yeah? It's not that people want you because of your money or because you're so special. Talking about tech titans and those who are behind them as well and gave them power one time. So this is the best way to bring the world together. It'd be nice the all the leaders in the world that have reflect towards stopping this war with Iran. Um, it seems the leader is disconnected from the reality of the world, even though he's thanking the people that are for this war to stop. It doesn't mean they are in favor of what the regime is doing, right? Selling weapons to Russia, promoting wars and death, and also towards their own people. So let's be clear, right? We can be with you, but at the same time, you are here also to reflect. And it's a call of consciousness. When we sit in silence, all we do is reflect. So the other person can see itself. You can see a chain of events in this reflection. When you are with somebody that has a higher consciousness, you can be with people that have a lower frequency of understanding and categorizing a word because maybe there is too much noise, or maybe there is only some form of dialogue. We love who we are and what we believe to be, with our allies as well. And some of us don't really have allies. We're just working for the collective equally. So when we multiply, we have everyone, and it multiplies to everyone at the same time. Yeah? Leaving no one behind. And the same goes to your own people. So having all these paranoias are always being built on reality. I want to thank everyone who is within this new system and generation, welcoming others in this form of reflection. So, in the fantasy realms of role play, we cannot do the mapping of virtual reality until there is peace. So, there's a lot of hacking, and we have stopped. So, we are only moving on one by one and monologues. So, nothing is being hacked or copied. We don't like wars of hackers. So, scientifically speaking, there are different types of hackers. The tech titans have no regulations, so they can hack everything. It gives me allergy, and I haven't sniffed all this time. So we can all be good people. But what if you're not the star of the fantasy realms and roleplay and virtual reality? What if there is a greater world outside, out from yourself, and you're investing 100% for this to happen? So there is more than just um, creating addiction to people online. Nobody has gone to jail for coding Windows so people can enter to pedophilic connections and has not gone to jail from Facebook. Meta. I want to know that all the systems are being cleared away and belongs to government, because without regulations we cannot control. Without order we can't manage. So the danger about having people that enhance their awareness is that they can also use it for bad. So imagine a world of virtual reality where people can also enter into the same learnings we had. In a world of love and sexual freedom, this wouldn't happen, right? So I've learned with my main character of the goddess of hatefulness how related, and I know this from dynamic meditation and the therapy groups in India, that rage is related to sexual frustration, the hatefulness and the rage can turn divine, but many people dissociate it. So you cannot, this goes in general to women, you cannot expect to heal the world and expect a better future if you are not a loving person. You are castrating men with these loyalties or something that is to be sacred. And it can be profane and fun among adults where is consent. However unholy it can be secret, and nobody knows these realms exist. They're all linked to desires, and we need these desires to reflect and connect. That's why these twists happen. So yeah, I love dark stories and twists. Don't take me wrong. It can seem very boring to say, oh, reflect. So this sounds like a feminine word. Oh, reflect. Okay, so let's go into synonymous modes. So, yeah. Well, we have the upper of the synonymous that are positive. Patience. Mhm. Well, before it was below, now it's up. Okay, that's good. So it divides into 5 synonymous. Reflection above, that's more positive, is image. Another one is consideration. In the middle, there is sending back, which is a reflection that is mirroring. Below, there is a bit more negative or grounded. Yeah, more grounded. In the same way it works in the multiverse, alright? You have timeline, you have the heavens that's more positive, and the gravity of the hells that is emotions or words or logos, or as in science, of a heavier connotations or more bondage. It's solidified, darker, it has less movement to move, and it's slower. So it's also more negative, let's say, in the sense that it's more gravitational. But there is also gold and diamonds, and there's value there as well. If you can recognize a jewel from rock, you can value what you have. It transforms. So the other synonymous is criticism. In mythology, paradise is a realm of no criticism or judgment, but there is a lot in hell. It's different. Indication is below. So I want you to more or less understand if you are living in a quantum realm or are operating on stories that flow very fast because your imagination is running with 10 horses, 10 stories where you are picking up where to go very quickly, and you are used to move from verse to verse with many different characters, understanding the thematic of each story that is moving. You will at the same time categorize many different words and what would be the precise word for towards the scenario you are very quickly to decodify what's the vibration going on, what's the vibration you had before leaving another scenario. What is your cover or the cover of the other character, the insight and the transition, which is also a transmission. Because when you're entering in a scenario, you can already be aware at the same time how you're going to get out. What is it that you want when you're getting out? Is this person going to walk with you? So you have three times to already know in response that's not going to work. Or if it's going to work, the person might bring a possibility. The person is already blocked because it doesn't know how to role play, or it's having a bad moment and is reflecting in its character. The impossibility to relate, even though it's there. So some people are just finding the way, but they don't feel settled in their own character yet. And sometimes they need to work a lot with their own case study of their own character. And that brings a lot of magic elements to bring together relations and historical. So you are bringing all this down to relate in the interactive realms, virtual reality and role play. So you also reflect and have an intuitive connection that's reflecting because we have a screen, we have more space to dive and immerse with the other. What's going on behind? When I was younger, I had so much energy that I couldn't stop role playing in the private with everyone. It was very engaging. So it became very popular. Funny. It was funny. So let's say that we have a reflection and in the connection, in the transition from the scenario. So where are we moving? And what is it going to happen when you connect? What is that you're reflecting? So they're more here because we're reflecting in meditation. When you are used to watch observing, when you're observing, you're not criticizing, right? You're not bringing tension to look or indicate. You're not saying what is what. You're so present that reflection itself fills you up, accepting the other as it is, and just mirroring is being capable to be so present that it enters through you, but it's not you. What you see, allowing the other to see is one of the most powerful skill evolved human being can have. People become aware in the present. So all the anxiety to go somewhere with answers of and reasons of why is what. And we do exercise and we try to eat well, or if we have a good balance or income or relations to have, we can reflect as well in our surroundings to what composes our body. So I have many words for next month actually. I don't know in what order to put it. If you would really think for next case scenario, so I guess the majority of people are connecting for power, right? Approval, balance, structure. Well, I have the sign is like the sign of the verse. It has also a music to it and everything that the signs could be composition. Just thinking loudly to today. So I'm asking everyone to put their 100%, like my daughter Alice Lois said, and look beyond yourself. Maybe you don't have so many clicks because it's not so scandalous. Uh, Wanting to master yourself to bring peace. What would you do to help your brothers and sisters in Iran and in Israel bring peace? So, as leaders of the world and influencers, is ones are working in this present, closing a page in history that with these confrontations and wars, right? They are here helping us see why we are doing this new system. So of course, in the eyes of the public, the this is not right and all this. Yes, of course. Um, how are we doing to? Because nobody dares to talk about a map that shows the money of the government where it goes. in a mapping mechanism. So when we become aware of what's mirroring through the system of the economy of each ministry and where it goes, and we see, okay, all the people are paying this, but it's going to war. Creating envy is one of the worst and most repelling. It turns people into piranhas. The creating envy is very dangerous. So it is good to be having this image of respect and being noble, funny, talented, at least around your people. They know what you're doing behind the scenes as well. So I feel these wars have envious, very envy, and then envy is what can I am, you know. So another word is appreciation. That's the opposite of envy, right? But I have written approval because I think that's one of the words and the meanings where we would like to we could stop this war if we feel approval. Yeah, I guess that's a good word. But at the same time, it's like these people that are in a vendetta for thousands of years and they're just born with this hatred. I don't understand that the whole world is watching and is just asking to please stop this. You you have approval, but stop. Yes, Trump is an asshole. I mean, yesterday I was told, yeah, Trump is an asshole, and I was, well, we need an asshole to put things in their place, you know. We need more than an asshole, but let's not talk about what he did and what he's capable. We need the might of the government to bring structure so there is balance within the power of each nation and leader, but we do have needs from the world itself, needs from our brothers and sisters. God have created us to be living right now heaven on earth. I wish you could enter through the hells and understand the terrain that is before death, that is illness, wars, chaos, all this all this land before entering death. These fields and so little die with peacefulness that had a complete fulfilled, healthy life. And that is a work that takes all your life. It's very dangerous to have leaders who hold power to take care of so many people and become fanatics ready to kill. So it's very dangerous to have people operating. So when the world approves to stop these wars, war in Iran as well, or against Trump, they use this to continue and won't stop. This doesn't give you the right to continue. And Trump has stopped this. So we need an approval. All right. We need an approval. And yes, Trump is very cocky. He's annoying. He's an asshole. You name it. We can bring many words for that. And it will never get tired, this agony of keeping this illusion that an outside source is the reason to your misery, your anger, all of your reasons to keep war, fighting. So cheek for cheek. All right. So and for Putin, it's the same story. So to bring stability and balance and equilibrium for the next month is understanding these two stories from the sequence where we are all going, because it does affect us. Even many people don't want to talk about it, and many other people believe it's going to continue forever. So these are the synonymous of reflection. From image, you have echo, counterpart, likeness, mirror image. From consideration, we have celebration, cognition, per usual, rumination, contemplation. Contemplation in meditation does not exist because it's already bringing tension when you are simply being present and reflecting. And contemplation is in a lower part. I'm very happy that celebration is a synonymous from consideration. And you have won your piece of the cake. That is an illusion, but let's hope and keep working for its reality. People could understand when they're giving their rights. So every beneficiary should have an approval. So you tell your people what you got from that. Right? So Trump wanted a new leader, and he has a new leader. We're waiting to see in his recovery if it's the same regimen. Not wanting to work together is bringing problems, okay? This is my idea to bring a tech club atlas where each one has their map from their entity, also the industry. Is my idea. Thanks to the inspiration I have from reflecting on powerful friends. Tomorrow, we should thank Trump for bringing his best. Even though he also has his worst, yeah. I I think he can win this war, so we can all have peace. This represents the women of Iran and the girls. Um, in our society, women are not treated very well either. So we have Bailey Sarian. She has a YouTube channel that talks about history, true crime, and makeup. So she stopped filming for 1 month. And one of the comments said, what we're seeing in the Epstein files is more horrific than all your crime stories. So it's understandable that you are having a breakdown. We all were having a mental breakdown, and the judge was correct that showing this to the public would not be healthy. So I would wish that in the face of adversity, as a prayer, that you invite her to your podcast. She's so talented and smart, like so many women. All right. This is a reflection from the world of men and the man of Iran as well, which are nearly the same. Just a little bit of evolution, not much. To feel sorry for yourselves or not inviting woman who's not paying my work, right? Even though she had a lot of millions of viewers and is wealthy thanks to being on the free world by her own. But she might want to open up and be invited. There's another form of transmission. All of you have something to give, and this connection, one of the most beautiful connection that God has created, is a reflection between man and woman with their roles. There's a profound love and mastery to one another. One other word was bio-loyalty. I heard from interview was yesterday on white underbelly. Very interesting character. So it's a very interesting word, bio-loyalty. I need to hear more the word reflection. It's good to reflect. We reflect from what we love, what we like. More than a power, sometimes it's a height. It's the reason that compels us to be. Oh yeah, height is another word. But well, you let me know which word you like. So we enter in April like a vibe, like an insight, like a cover, as a scene, or transition, even though we can see all of it at the same time. Hey, isn't it funny? It's the game. But since started to my height was my boyfriend, really love him. It's good to be separated just to settle. We've been we both moved to new houses. I'm still decorating here. It's gonna be my son's birthday. So I got this card. It's really cute. He's gonna be 15, not 50. Also this one. And this one because it makes like a sequence. Hope your birthday is one of legend. Have an adventure packed day. Legendary birthday. Conjure up some birthday magic. 15 is an important birthday. Well, I don't know why people start judging Lex Friedman and start having less followers. Maybe um, it got too technological. I don't know. It's sort of like listening to the same thing over and over. Um, we love to do what we do, so sometimes not just a matter of viewers or money. So what we like to do, if you give us that power, sometimes we have power because we do it for free. There's no other way. But still, we don't have anything for us. It's done for others for free. You might think that one had a free entrance. So many scientists. All right. What is it that brings power to some? Well, the ability to give power to everyone in the world, share consciousness and fun. So be my guest. For criticism, we have synonymous that are aspersion, derogation, imputation, reproach, slur. That's below, of course. And down below, indication, that is display, demonstration, proof. The lowest is manifestation and attestation. So indication is more like what dictators do, right? When you have intelligent people, you don't need to tell people what to do. They already know. There's a place for everything in every verse. So other people can take care of that, I guess. We can all take care of everything. Another word is metabolism. But loyalty and metabolism, because the betrayal also exists within the body as we break down the divorce from reality. It's not part of your reality. So many cells die every day and you come. So, well, that's the word of the week. Gosh, so hot. My neighbor said we have this heater that the landlord put on this ear. So with spring, she said it gets really hot in the night. I have it lower and up. So balance and equilibrium is a word that's also with the equalizers. So when we're working with balance, we go through crescendos and downs. That is the movement of life in the change. Metabolism also means change because the body is constantly changing, even though it has its own organism within organisms. in one body. So we are having these conversations. Um, it's like a puzzle. It's a puzzle to puzzle it up. So is this what we are reflecting and connecting? People see it by themselves. So you can tell people what to do with the proof and demonstration and the display. Display is the word I wanted to work, but like it's supermarket thing, the store, the display. It's tiring to see all these leaders shaking hands from around the world here and there. There are some people who don't believe in this system and that they only the leaders from around the world can do it, but I do believe that the people of the world can move on. So I would love people to get in charge of this and stop paying so much attention of politics because that's dying. They will still be there, but influencers. I wish you could see the system, how it works. This system is beautiful. So we can keep complaining about how the system of the older people works, used to work. Trump was the first who said it's rugged, and he knows because he uses it like that all the time. So he's the best one to close this chapter. Um, I hope we agree. With all the money you've taken from the government, I mean, if you have all your family, the Trump family taking money from the government, if you invest on an organization for the government, you should invest it for the universal coin and the tech globe mob to help the countries of the world to have their piece of cake and accept their responsibilities they have, that they have problems to solve by their own with time and precision. I was thinking that not everybody knows how to calculate the timing when you're working on something. So that's very important. It has a word. It has a word for that. There's a word for that in the wizardly world. It's a talent. It's a magical talent. Albus Dumbledore has that timing and precision. Well, I like to hear the words you like. And what would be that Iran feels they have approval? You had approval from leaders from around the world? So let's stop this together. Yeah? Let's see where we go. What is the origin of your power? So we clear away this curse from Babylon with a spell which is related through words, meaning you can give it out with a poem, with scientific proof. You won't make it happen like fighting, alright? Hiding from everything you do, all those crimes against humanity. It's terrible. Watching all these men doing what they did and what they still do. So there is room for everyone to have power and enhance their capabilities to handle power with their sense of property. Please help me to gather my children and have my work paid. As I'm here for you and you are for me and you are for yourselves as well, for each other. To be able to manage an universal coin is for a test of few people starting from around the world, and each country will pick their influences as well. Freedom of expression to help this money to reach those more in need. Through our expression, we can have values and a sense of property. So it's not just experiment. I know it works because it has worked throughout many generations. People become better with their own structure, their own balance, their own powers, their own design, their own approvals. I think that would be I don't know how to put these ones right for next month. We have a house of houses in this month. We have work with what is safe in our own metamorphosis, reflecting and connecting. I thank you for being here. Make love with your senses. Become sensitive with your prayers. Believe God doesn't wish others to hurt His people. Even His people are hurting His people in the Middle East. They're beautiful people as well. A bit ugly, the average, but something happens when you cover a woman and you lost that reflection. Because women are like flowers in a garden, and men become more beautiful when they look at beauty. They reflect. the transmission is throughout beauty and love. The most beautiful thing we can have. So sometimes we have for a short time. We just become old and tired. But there is beauty there as well, immortal beauty. So we'll reflect, sending my mother a lot of love in this prayer. Um, Wishing her to know how much she means to me. I never thought I would be this poor. I have very miserable connection towards myself. Maybe I thought because I'm Spanish and I am a woman, somebody thinks in this way. It is wounding to humankind to treat others so badly. It is of an inferior race. Okay? So, to be a culture person doesn't mean that you will stop loving your culture, right? And we're here to become culture. Every race is racist, so by understanding our differences, we might invest more in our people. I'm happy to have seen Meloni with the president of Algeria. I would love to make a mansion into a village in Algeria. I wish so many people to have their mansion into a village to prove that normal people, working people, can have this credit as well with the universal coin. And this will stop immigration, but at the same time, it will generate a lot of money, multiplying all across the world as we stop in churches and temples, and we are welcome because we are having all the connections and power in the world to do so. And I hope those leaders can sharpen their talent to do so. This is for those who want to do it. So, who picks first, serves itself first. You must trust that there are good people in the elite, and there are good people hacking, even though we don't want this worse to happen. We love people to feel invited and feel safe. I have fought for freedom of expression, and at the same time, I really love to see what's going on. There are difficulties, and I'm here to support everyone, and at the same time, I might not be supporting one person, but this is why we're all here together, okay? To bring some balance, have our boundaries respected. At the same time, you respect the boundaries of your people. It's very easy. Yeah, it's hard to say that when you feel under attack, of course. But something immortal touches you at the same time when death happens so near. Something transcends. And there's also healing in the spiritual. So we'll love to go to Iran, see the scriptures for the multiverse. It will be amazing. We are all part of this huge library, of course. They might make a character out of you in the multiverse. But for that, you have to be a little bit crazy, not so flat and boring, acceptable. Yeah. When you start role playing in virtual reality, and I really wish that it's accepted. I still have the formula for virtual reality. I never forgot. It's incredible. I bet you that some people might not think that it exists. Bill Gates knew that it exists. He would have trust that it's working instead of fighting against or investing against or deviating. So much power and connections, not all the ones in the world, but good enough to have gained so much power. And what is it this for then? For America against the world? It's not an American team, alright? When we're talking here about the multiverse and the real world and the real people and their sense of property. So thank you for being in here, and let's hope to imagine at least one building that to start. See the map, the globe tech map. I mean, what does it take? Is maybe people want to all start at the same time from each continent. I want Algeria to have the tech globe map for Africa because it's closer to other countries. And it will also help to stop immigration. Venezuela for South America, um, for many reasons. Um, wish the best for the son of Maduro. I hope he went to see his father, if he's still alive. Hmm? It takes much courage to understand what's happening. If we knew courage, coraje, all right, peace and bye. Bye bye. To our brothers and sisters in Iran, I wish you the best. I wish you peace. I wish you the best.